Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Marquee Picks. And today I got the NBA player props for you for Sunday, January 25th. I got 4 plays lined up for you guys here today. A little bit lighter, but I do have some NFL props on the channel. So if you guys want some more props for today, go check out those NFL props here for the conference championship games today. So if you guys want some more, it's on the channel. I will be dropping a couple more in the Discord as well for the NBA today. So if you guys want some more NBA, join the free Discord. I'll pop in those extra picks for you guys here today. So, quick recap on yesterday's slip. It turned out to be a 3-2 slip. Kicking off here, DeAndre Ayton over 20.5 PRA. He finished with 20, and I mean, this guy was abysmal. Probably one of the worst center performances I've ever seen in an NBA game. He shot 4 for 16 from the field, and he missed, I would say, at least 5 easy layups in this game that I was watching this game. Just insanity that he didn't get over this line. Absolutely crazy. He actually had 21 PRA for one point, but they removed one of his rebounds, dropped him down to 20. Maybe some fishy stuff going on there. I don't know, but very frustrating. DeAndre Ayton, terrible performance. Should have easily smashed this line. He had 16 PRA at halftime in a competitive ball game. He didn't really play much of the fourth quarter. He only played 24 minutes. He was in some foul trouble, but again, he was clearly still limited with that injury that he's been suffering. So, very frustrating there, those were shots I can go out there and go hit. So, frustrating. Paul George, over 22.5 PRA. He finished with 17. And, probably the rebound and assist category was the way to go here, but he just came up a little bit short with 17. Another one that kind of dealt with some foul trouble. But, he just didn't hit his shots. He shot 3 for 10 in this game. He got the opportunities. He went 0 for 3 from three-point range. That's not going to get it done at all. So Paul George just couldn't hit the shots in this game. He had the looks, just couldn't hit them. And the one that did hit here, Derek White, under 30.5 PRA. He finished with 29. And this one was a sweat, and it didn't have to be. He had 13 PRA entering the fourth quarter, and he decided to score like freaking 16 PRA in 8 minutes in that last fourth quarter. And this game nearly went to overtime if it wasn't for a, buzzer-beating shot by Kevin Huerter in the corner, which made this game not go to overtime, which was good. But still, it was a close one. It shouldn't really have been close. We got Kyle Filipowski, under 22.5 PRA. He finished with 16, and this one was surprising. Again, if you guys listened to my analysis yesterday, I said this pick really hinged on the injury status of Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen didn't play in this game, so I thought Filipowski was going to be in for a bigger role. He really wasn't, and, he kind of didn't really play that many minutes. It was also a blowout, so he was comfortably under this line this whole game, so very strong there on him. And then Miles Bridges over 16.5 points. Pretty easy cash, although it came down to the last, couple minutes, and he was able to go over it. But another one, he had like 13 points at halftime. Very slow third quarter, but he was able to get a dunk there in the last couple minutes, which pushed him over the line. So it was a sweat, but he was able to come through for us. But this was another slip that really could have went the other way very easily. And of course, Steph Curry, he didn't play because that game got postponed. So we got him lined up here for today too as well. So let's go and jump to the player props here for the NBA here today. So with the first player prop here for the NBA today, we're going to be taking John Collins over 5.5 rebounds plus assist. Got him projected at 6.8. And this feels like a line that John Collins can actually just smash by his rebounding capabilities alone. Now, he isn't the biggest assist guy, but in this kind of matchup, I do expect him to get at least one assist. But he should easily get around 5 rebounds. If you guys just want to take his rebound line, I think it's at 4.5. If you guys just want to take that over 4.5, I think that's fine. But I think John Collins has the potential to get, a couple assists in this game. I don't know why. Just a sneaky suspicion. The way the Nets play defense, I think Collins might have some ability to get some assists. And it's a favorable matchup. The Nets do give up a lot of rebounds to power forwards. And John Collins should be able to rebound the ball pretty effectively. If you guys want to take his PRA over, that also looks good. I think his scoring upside is definitely going to be there. But, looking at the pace for this game, that's why I didn't take his PRA. The pace for this game is, the total is set at 210.5. So, very, very, very low pace game. One of the lowest totals I've seen all season. So, they're not really expecting a ton of scoring in this game. And the Clippers are favored by 8.5 points. So there is a little bit of blowout risk here, but I think the Nets do come out here and play competitively. They're starting their first game of their West Coast road trip, so I think they come out here and play competitively. I can't speak. Competitively here in this matchup. So yeah, John Collins over 5.5 rebounds and assists. I think it's a good pick here. I'm rolling with that to kick off the player props for today. Jumping into pick number 2, we're going to be targeting. Here we go. Like I said in the opening, we're taking Steph Curry over 38 PRA. Got him at 43.8. So, we had him lined up on yesterday's video. Game got postponed. It's pretty much the same lines and everything. We're rocking right with it here once again. And yeah, they did bump it up 0.5 to 38, but I'm still going to take it here. I'm still getting a pretty good edge here with the projection. And you guys can see on the screen, he's really had good success against the Timberwolves over his last, several games. So I think Steph Curry's in for a smash game. And, it should be a very high scoring game. Same totals as yesterday. So, yeah, I really like Curry here. Not going to take too much time on it because, pretty much the same analysis as yesterday's pick. So, jumping into pick number 3, we're going to be targeting Cam Spencer. Less than 8.5 assists. Got him at 6.5. So, we got the Grizzlies taking on the Nuggets here. And the total for this game is at 224.5. The Grizzlies are 3.5 point favorites. And yeah, there is some pretty big injury news. No Ja Morant available, so Cam Spencer is going to be playing some big-time minutes in this game. But, the Nuggets do a very good job in limiting assists by point guards this year. It's a very tough matchup when limiting that stat to point guards. So, Cam Spencer, that's pretty much his stat that he solely relies on. He gets a lot of assists when he's out there. It's kind of like a pass for his point guard. But I just don't see the guys around him making the shots when he passes him the ball. So I think 8.5 is too high. It's a pretty big assist line anyway for a guy like Cam Spencer. But it is pretty reasonable though. You can see over his last, like five games, he's been getting some huge assist games in there. But I just don't know if I see that in this game. The pace, it could be there, but I also think that this place does play a little bit slower. So 8.5 assists here in this kind of spot, I just think it's too high. So I'm going to take the under here, and I think we're in a good spot for the under. So before we get to the last pick for you guys, real quick, if you guys made it this far in the video, drop a like on the video. It only take a second to do. Really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys have been killing it. Keep on doing that. Helps me out a ton, and I can't say thanks enough. So let's go ahead and jump into the last pick for you guys today. We're going to be targeting Cason Wallace, less than 15.5 PRA. Got him at 14.2. So we got the Thunder taking on the Raptors here. It's a 225.5 point total. 11.5 point favorites are the OKC Thunder. So, this one is probably going to be a riskiest pick of the slip here. There's not a ton that I loved here on this slate today. But I saw this one looked interesting just because of the trends. Now, there is some pretty big injury news for OKC. Of course, no Jalen Williams, J-Dub out there. So, it's a pretty big usage guy off the court. So Cason Wallace will be getting some more usage in this game, but I just don't really know if I love this matchup entirely. The Raptors are a very, very strong team when limiting PRA to guards positions. So Cason Wallace, I don't love his upside in this game. I think 15.5 is a little bit too high. And on this season, he's gone under it, in majority of them. But I just don't really think he's going to get to this line. I really don't, unless he gets hot from 3-point range. But the Raptors don't really give that many 3 balls. So, I just see this as a game where the Raptors are a very tough matchup. Cason Wallace, is he going to hit his shots? I don't think so. Taking the under 15.5 and see if it can work out. So that's the NBA player props I got for you guys here today. Just 4 props again, a little bit lighter. But again, if you guys want more, there's plenty of more free picks out there here today on my channel. NFL props are out, and the Discord will have a couple more in there for the NBA today as well. So if you guys want more, those are your angles to go check out. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.